How's it going, guys? My name is Dakoda Rollins, and hopefully you've been enjoying my album that just came out, Noteworthy. And today I'm sitting down to talk a little bit more about it, what inspired it, the songs, the meaning, all that fun stuff. And I hope you enjoy this just as much. Yeah, so I had a lot of different titles for this beforehand, and Noteworthy was actually the last person to enter that race. It was the most recent title I thought of. I'm always ahead of myself a little bit. I'm always like, in the middle of a project or at the end of a project, I've already got the track listing drafted up for the next one. Like I'm just constantly, my wheels are always spinning up here. So it started out as God's Problem Child. That was the original title. And then it went into, it was O Tortured Soul, Thy Vibrance Be in Vain. So it was more like a think piece, and then some tracks got cut off of that. And then it became How to Daydream at Midnight. And then it became Blood, Sweat, and Fears, because it was like hard work, but also insecurities. And then it just turned into Noteworthy 2 weeks prior to me putting a date on this sucker. And I was like, yes, this is the most simplistic of them all, but I just tried to take the same approach that I did to all the other songs, and that is, don't worry about being technical, don't worry about making people think and esoteric and all this stuff, you know, like some deep web stuff. Just, does it feel good? Does it resonate? Is it relatable? And thus, Noteworthy it was. It's kind of a twofold meaning. I mean, it's very simplistic, but Noteworthy is a play on kind of a couple things that were going in my brain as I was getting the masters back for the record. And one is, all of the songs on the album are experiences that I've had, or they're experiences that I've been close to that have inspired something. And so these were all things that I felt were worthy of songs, so they were worthy of notes. They were noteworthy. So badumts there on that one, but it is kind of meaningful. So the second meaning to Noteworthy, you know, I'm really pushing myself to make solid music here, display more of my talents, kind of show some stuff I haven't done that I felt it was time to do. And so I just was like, hey, you know, even if this doesn't get 1 million streams, even if I'm not going anywhere with this, this is still a very noteworthy thing that I've done here. Like, this is worthy of some acknowledgement and a tip of the hat. Be like, wow, like he's executing. Like, this guy has got some chops. And so it's simple, but I mean, it's just kind of like, yeah, here it is. Like, have fun with it. I took a bunch of different approaches to this, like I said, because this is such a different sound. So there were two things that I did. One was taking artists that I only knew a song or two from and diving a little bit more in their catalog to see what else they had to offer. So kind of getting re-familiarized with music that I originally fell in love with, like in middle school or high school. And then the other thing, as you can kind of tell from the artwork and some of the vibes and stuff, is I was listening to a ton of late 70s, early 80s, like R&B and funk, and like yacht rock, so stuff like Christopher Cross and Ambrosia, where it's, you know, just, it's got like saxophone solos and it's like, you know, goofy Docker white guy wearing music. That was heavy in my playlist too. My songwriting process is different for every song, to be honest with you. I noticed though, with this one, all of the instrumentation and all the background music was done before any singing, any rapping, anything. And maybe that's why it vibes so differently and why I had so much like more fun and a different experience with it. But maybe that's why it came out different. But it's definitely helped me tap into like, oh, like if I write songs this way, I get a little bit, you know, more of a Pandora's box on what I can do and the ideas I get. So yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, there were definitely, I don't know about full songs, because I've got songs from like 2011 that I'd love to like bring out and record, like high school stuff. But a lot of these, I would say like 3 or 4 of them were like ideas that I had started, you know, like a year or 2 prior, and just said, okay, I'll modernize it, change it up a little bit, extend it out. But the other half of it was just spur of the moment. I made something that sounds good. I want to put words to that, and I'm just gonna go in the studio and just see what happens. So it was a little mix of both. I mean, dang, it was all fun, man, and there was a lot more fun. There was so much fun that was had behind the scenes too. Like, I wish there could have been cameras and microphones for like just the goofing off and the sitting down at a piano with my studio guy and kind of having fun with that. But yeah, I mean, it front to back, every song has like a really fun recording or writing experience. I don't know if I can pick one out that's like, oh, that was the moment. No, it's the whole thing's the moment. Thank you guys so much for sitting down, learning a little bit more about the project and a little bit more about myself and the process of it. Noteworthy is available on most major platforms, so please go stream, and there's a song for every occasion. I promise that you will enjoy it. So you can check it out on Tidal, on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon Music. It is also on Pandora as well. So all that fun stuff, and of course, always feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you think of it. And I really appreciate your support.